The final trailer for Toy Story 5 just released, and honestly, there's a lot to talk about. We got a brand new trailer, a bunch of new posters, and even some new details. So let's break it all down, because this movie is looking way bigger than I've ever expected, and it looks so much more emotional. So let's break down the trailer first. The trailer starts with the lily pad making this super loud alarm sound, trying to get Bonnie's parents' attention. And right away we can tell that she's going to be a huge problem to the toys, because in a funny moment but serious moment at the same time, Woody and Buzz are trying to use the touchscreen, but they literally can't because they have plastic fingers. It's a simple joke, but it also just shows how much Lily Pad will be overpowering the toys because they can't use her and they really can't defeat her. And then it moves into seeing the same mold where Woody comes back. We've seen that moment again and he's bald. And then we get a nice reunion moment between Woody and Buzz. Again, we've seen this in the last trailer. But then we see them start arguing and we see some type of a little bit of a different dynamic this time. We see that Woody and Buzz are arguing over who the real deputy is because Buzz has the star sticker and Woody doesn't have any sheriff badge anymore. So then Woody steals one from Karen and it's just funny. It's just tit for tat, right? It brings me back to that classic Toy Story 1 arguing again. And then Buzz completely falls for Woody's tricks again, just like in Toy Story 1. And honestly, just seeing the animation comparison from Toy Story 1 to Toy Story 5 is actually crazy. And I like that they're bringing back these old moments from Toy Story 1 and just recalling nostalgia, but also doing something different. And then after that, we get to see one of the biggest moments in the trailer, in my opinion, and that is Jessie confronting Lily Pad. Jessie climbs up onto the bed, and then Lily Pad calls her Jessica, which instantly makes her mad. And they get in a huge argument, and they start to fight. And then Jessie jumps on top of Lily Pad and starts to beat her up. And then if we pause the trailer, we actually see on Lily Pad's screen that she's trying to sell the toys. We see a picture of Jessie in this one scene, and then if we fast forward a bit, we see Jessie and Bullseye and it says sell all. And this looks on a parody of eBay, which is very interesting because that's kind of wild if Lily Pad goes that far. We also know that Lily Pad is the reason that the toys end up in a box in the garage, and why Bullseye and Jessie end up at Blaze's house, and that Lily Pad is trying to get them out and let Bonnie only focus with tech and no toys. And then speaking about that, we see in the trailer for the first time what it looks like to be Bonnie's dad grabbing all of Bonnie's toys under her bed and then taking them to the garage, boxed away. And then another funny moment right after that is where Rex says, "Are we going to be donated?" And Karen's like, "Donut?" And it's kind of just a funny moment because it just brings you back to that classic Toy Story humor. And then next, which is a hilarious scene, is we see Woody's beer belly. You know, I doubt this is going to be a huge plot point, but I think it'll be brought up a few times because we do hear some comments from Lily Pad, and I think it's interesting. Then this is where the trailer gets more emotional. We see a beautiful shot of Jessie sitting in Blaze's backyard near Emily's old tire swing in Toy Story 2. And if you don't know, Emily is Jessie's original owner, and that Blaze, a new character in Toy Story 5, is living in Emily's old house. And I think that's all crazy because we're really going to get that Jessie storyline, and it's going to really be emotional. And then we also hear Jessie say, "No, Bonnie needs us," which literally tells us that Jessie's trying to still be there for Bonnie. And then there's another beautiful moment where we see Jessie, what it looks like to be where Jessie's stepping into Blaze's house for the first time, realizing that it's actually Emily's old house. And I just know that there's going to be so many emotional moments in this film with Jessie's storyline. The animation in this moment also looks stunning, and I love it throughout the whole movie. Then we also see that Jessie's able to control and ride a real horse, which is super cool. And then we move into the 50 buzzes and just more new and old shots with them, which they all look great. And then we see 50 buzzes, Jessie, Woody, and Buzz riding on horses down the road. And they have to all stop and freeze because the Pizza Planet truck drives by. And that's another cool callback to all the Toy Story films, which is just amazing. Also, if you look at Buzz's horse that he's riding, people think that Taylor Swift might be secretly voicing her. It's not confirmed yet, and I really don't think that will be happening, but, you know, who knows? I could totally see Taylor Swift voicing that character. One thing that really stuck out to me in this trailer is that they're still hiding a lot from us. They didn't show Blaze at all in this trailer. They barely showed Smarty Pants, Atlas, and Snappy, and they're really avoiding revealing some of these more emotional moments in this movie. And honestly, I'm glad. I want to be surprised in the theater, and it's going to make the theater experience much more better. And then we also got a bunch of new posters for the movie, and they all look amazing. I seriously want to collect them all for my collection because the designs are super cool. On top of that, we have a new character revealed for the movie in a Pixar Instagram post, and it reveals that Bad Bunny is voicing a new character called Pizza with Sunglasses. I think it'll be a small little hilarious cameo, but I think it's funny. And we also learned that Alan Cumming will be voicing Bullseye in a dream sequence, meaning that we will hear Bullseye talk for the first time ever. And in an interview with Andrew Stanton, he kind of spoiled the ending of the movie. He hints that Lily Pad might not actually be the true villain of the movie. He explains how technology isn't going away, and that toys might need to learn how to live alongside it instead of defeating it. That actually makes a lot of sense to me, but I kind of feel a little upset that he ruined the ending, but we don't know for sure. We don't know how this ending will fully play out, but I feel like it's going to be a bittersweet ending that tech is bad in some ways but good in others. My prediction still is that Jessie and Bullseye will end up staying with Blaze at the end of the movie, while Woody goes back to being a lost toy with Bo and her gang. I also think that Buzz, because in this movie we really see that Buzz is trying to be the leader, trying to be the sheriff, trying to be the deputy of all the toys. And I think that he might be ending up, and his emotional arc might be that he needs to learn how to be a leader by the end to be leading all the Bonnie's toys, because you won't have Woody and Jessie anymore. I don't know, that's just my little theory, but I want to know yours. Comment down below. Overall, I think the trailer was amazing. It looks emotional, funny, creative, and honestly, way bigger than I expected. Now, what do you think of the trailer, and are you excited for Toy Story 5? Comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest Toy Story 5 news.